Hello, guys. I know there's not a whole lot of light in here. There's not a whole lot of light in here. I probably could open the blinds up a little bit, but I'll wait for people to get into the chat. I'm still here. I'm still here. But I don't know how the signal's coming. I know that I've been trying to upload a video for literally, I don't know, something like 16 hours. It's only a half hour long. So if that tells you the kind of internet service I have here, it really, really sucks. Donkey, you know what. So I'm just living the dream. Thought you guys would like to enjoy the journey with me because the journey is a whole, hurry up and wait. We're in a hurry up and wait moment. So I did talk to the mechanic this morning, and I'm just like really ready to beat my head against the wall because the mechanic had to replace the fuel pump. And so what this basically means is it was most likely never the catalytic converter to begin with. So I ended up paying for a catalytic converter that was not needed on my car. I don't know if you guys know how expensive those things are, but they're not cheap. So I don't even know what this bill is. And I'm just keeping a positive mood. I'm just laughing a lot because at this point, we're getting to Tennessee, folks. Hell bent and broke. We're getting to Tennessee. We're getting out there in the woods. But it has been a long, drawn out process. You guys don't understand. I was stuck in my house for 6 weeks over this car, and people were like, "Andrea, you better need to be careful." And I'm just like, I love my mechanic. I don't know what happened. Oh, and by the way, if you guys knew where I was, I'm literally, my mods can tell you. If my mods are in here, by all means, tell them I am literally in the middle of nowhere. There is literally one hotel, one gas station, and a McDonald's. However, the gas station and the McDonald's are on the other side of I-75. The highway I've been hearing that I thought was a highway, no, it's not a highway. It's literally I-75. So that's where I am. I'm in BFE. I thank God the hotel is smarter than a fifth grader, right? So they have like a whole stock kitchen. They got frozen food, they got candy. It's not necessarily good on Bullhorn Betty's belly, but I'm surviving, guys. I'm a survivalist. Okay, I'm surviving here with some Starbucks mocha. You know what? Even the backwoods know the value of Starbucks. Okay. So come on, guys. Give them a round of applause. Okay. They're keeping Bullhorn Betty alive back here in these backwoods. Okay. The boogeyman hasn't gotten me yet. Actually, everybody back here has been nice. I got to be honest with you. When they, did I don't know if I told you guys this story or if I told it on TikTok. The reason why I'm having to come live is because I can't upload any damn videos. They're not uploading, folks. I don't know what to do over here. But either way, I can't remember if I told you guys this or not, and it's in this thing, but you know, everybody's last night when I was here, there's no food, okay? And there's like a McDonald's like a quarter mile down the road. So it appears on the map, right? But it doesn't tell you you got to jump over I-75 to get to it. So I don't know how the actual link that is to get there not using I-75. I'm sure it's not a very comfortable walk. This place does not look like a place I want to walk. Oh, good heavens. Heavens to Betsy. So that's kind of my day. And the reason why I'm coming here is because I can't tell you guys anything because nothing will upload for me to tell you guys anything. And obviously it's easier even with the foggy, hazy, probably horrible video you guys are getting right now. At least you guys see I'm alive. I'm surviving on Starbucks and not Skittles. I almost lied to you guys. Starbucks and Starburst. That's a tongue tire, right? Starbucks and Starburst. Say that 15 times. Am I clear? Oh, hallelujah. Jules, am I in Tennessee now? No, I'm still waiting for a car. I'm still waiting for my blessed car. But I tell you what, she better be running. She better be running like a champ when I get her. She's got a new fuel pump, a new she's got a new fuel pump, a rebuilt ABS module. She's got a new catalytic converter. I mean, she should be short of being turbocharged at this point. We should be go gadget at this point, right? Pretty soon, if people are in my way, my car will shoot up and drive over them and everything. I hear a star theme here. Right? A star theme, yeah. Oh, it's so funny. In our back chat, I ended up putting what is that? Thomas the I can't remember, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Oh, so you know what? I'll let you guys see the first beginning of this. I'm not going to play the whole video because we're going to wait until you guys are going to hear about my yesterday tomorrow. Okay. I'm just letting you know, and you're going to like it because it took me a long time to upload it. A really long time. So you're going to watch it, but I'll give you guys a sneak peek. Only a sneak peek. You only get a sneak peek. That's only because I can't show you a 30-minute video taking over 16 hours, guys. You can't make this stuff up. I'm in the backwoods. Oh, hold on. Situation right. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Where am I? There. This is my situation right now. On the side of I-75. This is my situation. So, hey guys, it's Bullhorn Betty. I just want to let you guys know that I am literally, even after $1,700 worth of car repairs, I've never been stranded in my life. And I am literally sitting on the side of the road right now. Like, this is so backwoods. There's no food around. I didn't even think about that. I'm so thankful that this hotel, they have like a freezer section like this. She took me in the back office and they have a whole freezer full of food. Like, I had to pay for food, of course, but I got myself a chicken sandwich. I got myself a cup of soup. And I got myself a candy Snicker bar. And but there's no place to eat around here. And my friends are like, you're just gonna have to get an Uber. Like, they don't have Uber. They don't have delivery. They don't have anything back here. It's backwoods. It's the truth. I think that had to have been TikTok. You guys didn't see that, so you guys got to get a little laugh in there. But I'm telling you, it's backwoods here. Where's Betty going? Betty's going nowhere. I can't even walk anywhere. Where's there to walk? There's nothing. There's nothing. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So that's kind of where my day is. I've been trying to keep it light, trying to keep it happy. I found, of course, with some downtime, it gives me some time to really focus on the maps, because we're going out there to do a job. So don't think even with all this chaos, right? We still have our focus. We're still focus driven. We're still victim driven. And so I've identified a few more places, folks. I've identified a few more places that might make some sense. And it's still almost Brian Kobergy, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. We got some people. Now, this is what I'm going to say. Do not flood my emails, but if there is a place that you guys have found that you think is probable, let me know. I mean, if nothing more, I can certainly drive by it and see if there's a possibility. If I think there's a possibility, you know me, I'm going to get out and check. So throw those things out there if you guys would like. bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I've been getting lots of people were sending me maps up front at first, but of course it's been taking so long to get out there that some of those, I downloaded the maps that I have, but I don't know if people have already checked those maps because those maps were from weeks ago. So, I am kind of still looking at some of those older maps that were provided. I'm trying to cross-reference to see if anybody's been out in those areas. There are a few areas that I still have not seen anybody out in yet that seem prime for searching, and that would be kind of what kind of landscape I'm looking for. And there are some other places along certain paths of travel that certainly I am going to be looking at. So that's kind of everything in a nutshell. We're going to be out there. I don't want to really share my maps just quite yet. I think maybe I'll start sharing maps with the. I've shared some of the maps with you guys. I've shared some of the maps. They're more outdated type of maps that I've shared with you guys already. So here, let me just show you the ones that are outdated currently, because those are the one I do not want to turn on backup. Come on. Every time I turn around, I turn off backup, and they always ask me, do I want to back up? No, I do not want to back up. All right, let's go back here. Oops. Did I just turn off backup for iMap? No, I didn't. So maps. We have some decent maps. These are ones that were sent to me by somebody else that looked really interesting, and they're right along the Cumberland River here. And this is from an audience member that wanted to keep me well informed. So that is one of the areas. If I can't find anybody that's been out there searching this particular location, I will be going out in this area here. I'm not sure exactly when, but they gave us just a directional maps right into where they think would be a prime example. This is stuff that I'm looking for, because you're looking for places. See, this is the problem we're having. Okay, let me just tell you some of the issues that I'm having in ascertaining this whole tidbit. You guys know from the very beginning of this case, I really thought Chris Proudfoot was home. I explained in detail, in absolute detail to my audience, exactly why I absolutely thought Christopher Proudfoot had come home that weekend. And for those that don't know, I'm going to explain it to you. I've been in construction. If you don't know anything about me, I've been in a lot of different things. Okay. I've done a lot of different things with my life. I don't know why. It's not because I think I'm better than anybody or anything. I think it was just because I was confused and didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. Okay. One of the things is my father had an electrical subcontracting company. He was a master electrician. And back in the 70s and 80s, and that's when I was being raised. Okay. I was a little girl. Okay. I was born in 1979. For you youngsters and for your oldsters that thinks I'm young, that's my birth. Okay. Back in them days, you didn't have the laws that you have to this day and age. Okay. We don't have babysitter laws and stuff like that. So, and we don't really have, you can't bring your child to work laws. Okay. So my parents weren't rich. They took me to work with them. Okay. My dad was a master electrician. So at 2 years old, don't ask me how the heck my dad didn't manage to kill me, right? Being around electrical at 2 years old. I don't think anybody would do. But you know what? I really was a good kid. I was a good kid. And I loved being with my dad, and I loved handing him tools. And I think that's how he kept me occupied all day, unbeknownst to me, is my only job was to hand him tools all day long. So at 2 and 3 and 4 years old, I knew what channel locks were. I knew what, screwdrivers were. I had seen, fist fights on the job site. Okay. At this point, I've seen some things that, that would probably put a parent in jail now. In all fairness, back in them days, it was completely legal, right? It was completely legal. So long story short, the one thing I'm getting with this whole story is I understand construction. I understand construction sites. This is the one thing that is kind of in my DNA from a very, very young girl. Okay. Even as people want to know why, with the finances, at a young age, I was balancing my father's, his business accounts. I was helping him prepare for taxes when I was, 5 years old, just to let you know why I have some of these experiences that I do. It's because I was taught at a young age. It wasn't out of because they wanted to teach me. It was out of, they had no place to put me, right? Daycare was too expensive for, a man starting an electrical business and a woman working at a doctor's office. Okay. I think back then that my mom was making $4 an hour. I mean, if that tells you anything. So it's just one of those, it's one of those things. So construction is the one thing that I kind of really get. It's not it's a trait I'll always have for the rest of my life, right? But it's something I really don't, I could live without for the rest of my life as well. But construction men that go out on the one thing that they want to do, the one thing that you hear them talking about all week long is going home, sitting in their MFing recliner and popping a beer. That's all you ever hear them talk about all week long. So why in the world would I really believe that a man that has worked all week long on a tower crane go back to his camper when he's only 3.5 hours away from his favorite recliner and suds? It doesn't make sense. So I had always thought he had came home. We're finding out that that actually might hold water. That whole entire scenario of him being home after him telling us, which doesn't really surprise us. Does it really surprise us? It doesn't surprise us because everything that has come out of Chris and Katie Proudfoot's mouth, we have found to be unreliable. To me, that is a major, major concern to have two parents, two people that I had believed that were truly the last people that saw Sebastian alive. Why would they have reasons to lie about everything? And I said, if we do find out that Christopher was home that weekend because Katie took the front seat and said she was the only one there with Sebastian, that's what led me to believe that Christopher was the one that did whatever happened. Because it's Katie putting herself with him, because if she's with him, she knows she didn't touch her son. And so that is the distance. Now, the whole 3-hour conversation, I don't know about that, but it sounds to me that we are now receiving reliable information that Christopher Proudfoot was seen at that home up until 9:00 at night on Sunday. Our beloved Justin for All is the one that broke that information. I don't know if he said who he got the information from or not, but he did receive reliable information. And so I had an opportunity because I didn't get a chance to watch him, and my mods were talking to me about it. So I just reached out to him to see what he was willing to share. And so that's basically what he was willing to share, is that he did confirm it from a reliable person. If you know anything, I love Justin for All. He is just a sweet person. What you see on YouTube is what you get. He acts like that in person, in real life. He's just a doll. He's just a doll. And I've learned to trust his judgment. I've learned to trust his instinct. And more importantly, I've learned to trust his work. And this is one of those things where he's told me that it comes from a reliable source, and he would not put that behind it had it not come from a reliable source. So I do believe Christopher Proudfoot was seen at that home at 9 p.m. leaving. So now comes to a different scenario because of this new information. And I was kind of snowballing it with Justin earlier today when I was talking to him about all of this. And so if we, one of the questions I think most people would have, in all of my opinion, would be, well, where was Chris during dinner? Well, there's a few ways to answer that, in my opinion. One is, how do we know he wasn't there? Sometimes when you have things going on and people are going different directions, sometimes you meet at a certain spot. So I found it weird that Seth only said he saw the videotape of Katie and Sebastian leaving the steakhouse. They never really talked about them coming in or who was inside the steakhouse with them, if anybody. So that could be, but also, wouldn't it seem more likely that the reason why, because everybody's like, man, he had a pretty overstimulated day. Remember people making those comments about Sebastian because he went to BJ's, and they're saying that when he gets overstimulated, he has outbursts. And we couldn't understand, would that be considered a overstimulating day, going to BJ's, getting snacks, running here, running there, going to the bowling alley, going to this? What if all of that was because Christopher didn't want to be around him? She needed to get him out of his hair so he could rest and get ready to head back to work. What if that was the case? Something like that. And then when they returned home, Chris probably saw his room and went off. And this whole fight ensued. Something happened. Next thing you know, around 9:00 is when Chris is seen leaving the house. How do we know Katie wasn't in that vehicle? How do we know Katie was not in that vehicle and her phone was inside their house and he was on his phone with her in the vehicle? And Sebastian at 9:00. How do we know that the flashlights that we think are leaving their house, what if that's when Katie is being brought back to the house to be dropped off? So, I mean, this does kind of give us a lot more theories. But at the end of the day, if Chris was there and Katie is working to distance Chris from the house, then Chris would have to be the primary person, which we all kind of felt. But I think the one thing we didn't know is whether he conclusively was home that weekend, because he's told us for all this time he was 3.5 hours away in Memphis. He also told us that he started his job and was on his crane at 6, and we're learning from somebody that was there, he didn't get on that crane until 7, which means that would have been after all of these phone calls, after law enforcement was notified, after he realized that Sebastian was missing, instead of just going into work and saying, I got a son missing, we got cops heading to the house. He decides, even after all of those telephone calls, to get in there and get on his crane. Doesn't make sense. It seems like somebody trying to make sure that they have an alibi, if you ask me. So I have no earthly idea what to think about this case. But the more we dive in and the deeper we dive, the more it's all messed up. But the more it's all messed up, the more it comes back to Chris and Katie. And then it enrages us even more to know this. And then to see them eating, to see them enjoying their life, to seeing them almost rubbing it in our face, like, screw all of you, right? We're selling our house. We're going motorcycle shopping. Just rubbing it right in. It's like, you know what? How freaking disrespectful can you be? And this is us, and we are so offended by this. I can't even remotely imagine the anger and rage that lies deep inside Seth Rogers. And while people are wanting to be like, I can't believe he said this, and I can't believe he's a father of a missing person. And if you're offended because he tells you to put your BS aside for the sake of his son, and you got a problem with that, maybe you're part of the problem here. Because I'm sorry, I don't take offense to people being blunt. I don't take offense to people saying what's really on their mind. At the end of the day, he never told us to change our minds about Chris and Katie. You know what he asked us to do? To put our bullshit aside for the sake of his son. That's what the request was. Not one time do I recall hearing Chris saying, I need to get on board with believing that they didn't have anything to do with the disappearance of his son. Never once heard that come out of that man's mouth yet. Not sure if I will. Because I think that man's putting his BS aside of what he really truly thinks of that woman that he had that child with and that man that she chose to marry. But if he can do it, being the father of this boy, certainly we all can do it. Or, like he said, get the F off, right? F off if you can't do that for the sake of his son. Because at the end of the day, we're all here for Sebastian. If you're here for the drama that goes on between Seth and Katie, maybe you will have offense to his messaging to you. But if you are truly here for Sebastian, I don't see why you take offense to that at all. Because at the end of the day, that's exactly how I feel. Right? And the reason why I have no problem putting my BS aside for the sake of Chris and Katie is because I know they won't show up. No skin off my back. No skin off my back at all. I'll put my BS aside for them to come out and help. I sure will. I bet you they still won't come out. I'll sew my lips shut if they will. I try to do some of this stuff with a straight face, y'all. I said he was overstimulated on purpose. He might have been overstimulated on purpose, but I don't think it was overstimulated on purpose. I think Chris was home. I think Chris was home and he wanted Seth out of his hair. Doesn't that seem more in line with his personality and his behavior? Wouldn't a woman that is, doesn't want to fight with her husband, wouldn't she go, okay, well, let's go get some snacks. Let's go get some snacks and go bowling. Right? Why don't you stay here and rest? I'll come back and cook you dinner. Put it on the table for you. I'll even rub your feet. Whatever. Oh no, DV can have their voice. I mean, what's the worst thing they're saying in here? Let's see what the worst thing they're saying in here. Let me be the ruler of it. Let me be the ruler of it. Thank you for wearing a shirt finally. I wear shirts every day. What are you talking about? Find one inappropriate picture of me. I guarantee you'll never find it. But thank you for noticing my shirt. This was made by Sonia. If you guys would like to get one, please do. Thank you for giving Sonia a plug, DV. So this is one of the designs of the shirt. If you would like yours, you can have yours done too. It's the Team Foul Play shirt. Team Foul Play shirt. And our friend DV actually wanted to help promote Sonia's Facebook account. Thank you, DV. Some clappy hands for DV. We always love people that help, support the people that do great things. So thank you, DV, for bringing that to our attention. Wonderful. Sonia makes the best stuff ever. I even got one that says, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. And you know what? And her Christian butt lied. She sure did, because she knows I cuss a lot. And she still sent it to me under false pretenses. I just want to let you know. But so far, that's the only fault I have found in her so far. Okay. I'm sure if I look a little closer, I might be super jealous that she doesn't have more. But it doesn't matter. Just saying. It is up here. Hold on. I just saw one of my mods post it. Hold on. I'll stick it up. There you go. I'll pin it up to the top. There you go. Well, DV, look at what you did. Not only did you promote her, she even got pinned. Woo! You're on a roll. You're on a roll of good deeds today. Congratulations, DV. You should smile. You did something good. Here, let me give you an attaboy. There you go. Attaboy. See, isn't that so much better? Spreading some love instead of some hate. Sure is. So anyways, getting back to this whole thing, and then on top of everything that we have watched Chris and Katie lie about, manipulate, change, then when they realize they're caught with their pants down, they run off like cowards. Military trained. Our taxpayer money into those two to run toward the war, right? I don't even want to know what it costs to train our military. Don't even want to know. It's probably enough to make you sick, right? And then they have all the benefits after that, right? So it's an expensive venture for our military. We do that because they give us the great life that we have, right? If it wasn't for our military, I'm sure America wouldn't be what it is today. So we give them, we pay a lot of money for our military. Our services suck. Like, we need more mental health services for them after the god-awful stuff that we send them to go see and watch and deal with. I can't even imagine, don't want to imagine. I've seen it with my own eyes, from my best friend's son coming back from war to being part of the, veterans affairs type of things in my community. It's just, we need more services in that. But as far as, for our military, we really do spend a lot of money training them. And so we have these two well-trained Navy members, retired or, honorably discharged, whatever. I don't know which is which. I'm pretty sure Katie is the one that retired. I don't know how, whether he was retired or discharged. I don't know how. I don't know how Chris got out. Long story short, they ran away. 3.5 hours away. Our well-trained military ran 3.5 hours away from their son. They can go and battle for me and you, right? They can go and take time away from their families to go out on boats and ships to fight for our freedoms. But they can't even get off their lazy butts to look for their own son. I just want to make sure that that's put in perspective for you. That they give a shit about me more than they give a shit about their own son. True story. True story. I don't know whether to be appalled or appreciative or appalled, to be honest with you. So, but I don't need them fighting my battles. I can tell you that. Two people that I'm thankful are not in the military at this moment are those two people. But what if they were in the military at this moment? We probably wouldn't be here, wouldn't we? They'd be out on a ship somewhere, ignoring Sebastian instead of having to deal with him. And they didn't deal with him too well. I'm just angry. I think I'm just angry, and I'm kind of a little butthurt about the whole thing. I'm absolutely biased in my reporting on this case at this point anymore, because I know that Chris and Katie did something in concert with one another. I don't know what happened or who did it, but I know they both know. Give me just a second. Hi, Kate. I'm staying the night.
Okay,
thanks. Mm-hmm. Just letting the lady know I'm staying another night. Another night. Oh, another night. So, what do you guys think? I wish I could turn the phones on, but I'm barely running on the internet that I got now, so we're not going to push the issue. We're not going to shut down the show. But just in the chat and stuff, how many of you guys, I guess, I don't even want to do a questionnaire just yet. I want to also make this statement. Do you guys find it just a little bit odd that it seems like everything that they do, that we catch them doing, is always on something for Sebastian? Like the major search efforts. Nobody sees Katie or Chris, but when we had that major search effort, all of a sudden they're seen in a barbecue joint. When they have the vigil, all of a sudden they're seen at a motorcycle shop. Does anybody just find that a little bizarre, that these things always seem to be happening on a day that's meant for Sebastian, and they are constantly doing selfish things and not helping? And then we hear all this stuff where everybody's all up in arms about what Seth said and how he's lost support. Like, people, if you really lost support and lose support of Seth because you don't like how he speaks, then you were never really there to support him to begin with. I let me just tell you, if you can lose your support, if somebody can lose your support that quickly over saying something like that in the time after having a guy screaming in his face, and you would literally just turn your back and walk away from him, maybe it was a blessing in disguise he said it the way he did, in my opinion. Because if people can't have understanding of what he's going through, then you're not really in it for him. You're not in it for Sebastian, because you took that as what you wanted to take it for, to twist a narrative. Because if you listen to what he's saying, he's basically saying, he didn't ask anybody to change their mind. I don't recall one thing. If somebody can show me in that little clip where he asked any of us to change our mind, I would love to hear it. He told us to put our BS aside for the sake of his son, or F off. Let me put it like this for you, for all of you guys out there, and even the ones hiding in the bushes, right? Either make this about Sebastian and put your BS aside to help find Sebastian, or go F off. It's that simple. It's that simple. And if that butt hurts you, change the channel. Change the channel, because I can tell you, we have been up sometimes 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning looking at maps, searching for this boy. Trust me, all that work, I'll put my feelings aside to hunt for that boy. Because I know when that boy is found, God help the Proudfoots. That's all I got to say. God help the Proudfoots. And I mean that in... But we're in Tennessee. Who knows? I feel like that law enforcement always gets it wrong because they fail to do the necessary stuff up front. They lose so much groundwork because they work backwards. And it's so irritating. And there's nothing you can do about it but helplessly sit on the sidelines and watch. That's the best you can do, right? And complain about it. I'm not a citizen of Tennessee. I can't help make changes there. I can't. I have been contemplating moving from Florida. I really have. I have put serious effort into contemplating moving completely out of Florida. Of course, I talked to Olivia. She's, I confer with her quite a bit. She just obviously moved to North Carolina. She's considering moving to Tennessee. I'm pretty sure we're all going to be coming back to Florida at some time. But you know what? Maybe if she does move to Tennessee, maybe I will uproot my life and go to Tennessee. Maybe Tennessee could use a little Bullhorn Betty. I don't know. I really don't know. Because what I'm seeing there in that state is just, it's heartbreaking. And I've got friends that live there. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I feel so bad because I've got some dear friends of mine that live in Tennessee. A prime example of who lives in Tennessee is our turkey man. Our turkey man lives in Tennessee. We have, Smiley lives in Tennessee. Sweet Tea with Don B lives in Tennessee, right? We have a lot of people. I haven't met them. I've met Smiley. Smiley's a sweetheart. She's a doll. But I haven't met Don B, Sweet Tea with Don B. But he seems like just a down to earth guy, country guy, But we have a lot of people out there, and then we have a lot of subscribers because of the Summer Wells case out there that I have grown to love and respect, that are in Tennessee, and it's like, these are places that they live. And, I think of them like, well, what if something happened to them? I don't want to be working on trying to get the stuff out there. Right. So I'm just going to tell you folks in Tennessee, you guys gotta really start white knuckling your politicians, man. I'm serious. You guys need help there. You guys need help there with your law enforcement. You guys are watching this stuff around this country. You watch how quickly people get arrested in other places, and you watch these cases sit there and go cold in your own state of beautiful babies and these beautiful faces. And you sit there and you feel like there's nothing you can do. You can do a lot. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your brother, tell your sister. Get it together. These babies need it. These babies need it. And I feel so bad because the reason why I'm adamant about this, and I really wish people would seriously put their BS drama filled crap aside and get your asses up behind this computer and get out there in Tennessee, because this boy, I'm telling you, if he is not found, this case is going to be Summer Wells 2.0. Actually, I should say 4.0, because we do have Layla and Holland that come before Sebastian. It's hard. It's hard to keep watching this. Something's got to be done. We have to start pushing Tennessee residents. I'm serious. I know you guys have been here for a long time with me. I need your help because these cases need your help. We've got 4 unsolved cases right now, major cases that have no light at the end of the tunnel right now. And I'm putting Sebastian right there because I haven't heard any new leads. We know what makes a case go cold. The leads run out. How many more leads are they're going to have when there's no evidence? How many more leads? All we can do is put these a-holes' faces up here and pray to God somebody saw them somewhere where they weren't supposed to be. Other than that, we have to try to figure out where Sebastian has been hidden. And I'm going to say it because I believe Chris hid him. I don't believe Chris's story. I'm glad Chris is out of the area so I can do my job and I don't have to look over my back, but it didn't matter. I brought my long lens camera with me. I'm capturing. You follow me, you're gonna be debuted. I got the camera. And I've got like 5 I got 5 different cameras and my recorders going. I'm prepared. Like if my batteries run out on the phones or the whatever out there, I got audio. Like I'm rolling audio, I'm rolling video, I'm rolling everything, even stills. I'm rolling it all. And so if anybody comes around, you guys, it'll be recorded some way, shape, or form. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You on candid camera. Okay. Don't know what to say. I'm not wearing a sign that says you know, hot mic. Okay. I'm going to literally have a vest that has cameras attached to it. If you can't realize you're on a hot mic, talk away, babe. I'm listening. Just saying, I'm listening. Betty, find T-Rev time. He will help you. Yeah, I know T-Rev. I don't know T-Rev. I've heard of him. I've watched some of his commentary, and I've been in his chat a few times. He seems pretty chill. He seems pretty chill. Okay. What is it? You're welcome. Let me go up here. I'm trying to read some comments because I've been talking forever, and I haven't really read any of the comments in here. Many years ago, I went to Tennessee World Fair. Well, I've never heard of a World Fair. That should be interesting. In spare time, drove around, and it was very scary. Yeah, some of this stuff back here, you know, you know, I don't know. I'm just weird because it's like I have this thing. I just don't think anything's going to happen. You know, I've been through so like seriously, I've been through so much. I figured if God wanted to take me, he had taken me a long time ago. So it gives me the ability to be a little more kamikaze than most, right? So, and our big stick. I do have a big stick. My stick's bigger than yours. If it was any bigger, it'd be too big. Guys, it's a walking stick. Get your head out. Golly, you guys, I'm telling you, you guys have some dirty minds. I'm just saying, I heard you guys through this computer, and I just want to tell you, you guys have some seriously dirty minds. I am ashamed and appalled with every last one of you. Just want to let you know that. Shame on you. What are they teaching these people these days? Oh, but you know what? The bad thing is, me too, is I don't have my stick with me. It's with the car, and my car is away from me, and I'm going absolutely crazy. I finally realized, you know, some people have animals like dogs and cats, and I have a car. Okay, my car is my animal. My car is my fur baby, and I'm having palpitations without my fur baby. Unfortunately, I have made the decision that after these repairs here, I'm not sinking any more money into the car. Unless it's a minor repair, you know, I'm not sinking any more money into the car because this is probably, after calculating everything that this is going to cost by the time I'm out the door, it would have been a down payment on another car, you know, and it would have been a nicer, newer car, reliable. I was expecting, you know, at most a $1,300 bill. By the time everything's wrapped up and said and done, I don't even want to guess what the bill is, but we were already $400 over budget as is. And so we'll see how everything goes, but I'm hoping that we can get on the road. I'm hoping this solves the problem, but just to let you know, it's done. After this, I'm not sticking any more money in it. I'm driving it into the ground. And when she goes, she goes. Just saying. I'm just saying, when she goes, she goes. So we might have to go through a grieving process. I know I will cry when the day comes. I will cry. Black Beauty has literally been with me through thick and thin. She has been with me through this entire journey, literally from start, right? She's been through every time we drove to a project. You know, I remember biting, our nails, because like literally some of these cases we come back with literally a nickel or two in the bank account. Like, she got us through so much. I remember when the ignition coil went out in her, and we chugged, jug, 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 jug. But you know what? She chugged her way right back to Florida, baby. She sure did. She never, ever, ever gave up. Black Beauty never gave up. I was literally in tears for the first time when I was stranded, because she's never left me stranded, ever, ever. And then after, it was unnerving, but I'm hoping we get her back. I'm hoping we get her back. Just good juju. We need good juju out there in the world. Good juju, right? Good juju. So it sounds like it was the fuel pump. They replaced the fuel pump. He said it absolutely, without a doubt, it was the fuel pump. I'm like, okay. So let's pray to God when we get in this son of a gun. We put that foot to the pedal and we go vroom. Okay. Go vroom. I think a little bit of Jack Nicholson might come out. I think we might have to Jack Nicholson. If there's youngsters in my chat, please go look up Jack Nicholson. Predominantly The Shining. It's a great movie for you youngsters to watch. And whenever you see your parents look like that, run! Run! All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to come here and just kind of give you guys an update where we were and talk a little bit about Sebastian Rogers. There was something else that I wanted to hold on. There was something else that was I'm missing something. Hold on. Let me go back to I'm kind of off my game here. I'm kind of off my game because I'm kind of off my game. Oh, some comments. Ooh, some comments. These right here got to me. Here's one. This is from Wendy, and she writes, a mother feels her children's pain more deeply than they do. She breaks on the inside when they do. She can't help it. Her child's heart means more than hers. So when it breaks, it shatters. And that's a mother's love. Sorry all. I felt I needed to share this. I hope in KP, she says she hopes KP could read this about how a true mother should be. Talk about heart-wrenching, right? That gets me right here when I read that. It's just, it's true. Here's another one from a Kevin. Katie and Chris already back in Memphis. Go figure. Seth got played, bro. Yes, we all know Seth got played, but he allowed himself to get played, right? Chris went up to him, screamed, said he wants to work with him, and da-da-da, and he's blocked him out, and he went to the screen and said, hey, I'm going to be working with him. Y'all put your BS aside and help us find our son. Now we see how that turned out. Seth did everything right. And of course, as soon as he does something right, maybe they weren't expecting him to agree, they run off again. And I'm going to say Chris, and the reason why I got this is because they say Chris and Katie. I want to agree with that, because I've been saying that I truly believe the camper has been a diversion. Chris's truck being there has been a diversion. They have been in Katie's vehicle this entire time, and they have been in Hendersonville, Tennessee. That's why they put the camera on the camper, is because they wanted to keep an eye on the camper when they're not there. So now that we see Katie's car there, that tells me that they're both back. I have not seen Christopher Proudfoot or his truck leave that spot in days. And it's not like I'm watching them. I'm in Florida, okay? But people are posting. I'm going to look, right? You're posting in public chats. I'm going to look in public chats where I get my information from. Public spaces. So everything that they post in public spaces, I'm going to find. So we knew that. Here's another one. And this is from, it looks like Audie. If I'm saying that, yeah, spelled Audie. So Audie. And it says, okay, Sebastian Rogers has gone from, so Seth Rogers has gone from hating KP and CP now to defending them. First of all, I disagree with that statement entirely. He's never defended them, and he's never gone from hating them. I don't think he hates them. I think he's highly concerned that something happened to his son in their care and they're lying to him. So he is ultra concerned and angry because they're not telling him the full story. But defending them, I have never heard him defend them yet. We have gone from past a polygraph to inconclusive and haven't had one. We've went from seeing Sebastian last at his home to Texas Roadhouse. So my question is, how many more lies are going to come across the TV stations, the news stations, the internet, and out of their mouths before LE actually does anything at all? I've read on a whole lot of missing child cases, but this one beats it. I've never heard as much bullcrap as I've heard from this family about their child that is missing and has been missing. Mom and CP have no tears. I've seen no tears. She ups and leaves like, thank God I'm free now. Seth comes on telling people that have done nothing but try and help. Seth comes on telling people that have been doing nothing but try and help in any way possible, and he tells them all off. I mean, is this all a setup, or are they just crazy? While that child is still missing, as far as we know, they're enjoying themselves like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. And I have to agree in part with that. I don't think Seth is being played. And I said that when he came out with that post, because I'm a blunt person and I read people bluntly. And I understood exactly what he was saying, exactly how he was saying it. And I think he got the exact response that he should have gotten. Look at Katie leaving, running away yet again. He did what he did to show the whole world what they needed to see. Quit blaming that man. He's smarter than you think. He's a lot smarter than you think. I don't think he told people off. I really don't. I think he told the people that needed to be told off, because you're coming into his child's case causing drama when we all need to be putting our BS aside for the sake of this child. And I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. If I'm not out there causing drama, nobody else should be, right? Because I'm the one that gets the bad rap of causing drama, which I do not agree with. But either way, right? I mean, that's what they all say. It's always Bullhorn Betty's fault. If I'm not out there, there should be nobody out there then. Period. I agree, Marjorie. It was a little rude, insensitive, but you know what? He just got yelled at in his face by a man screaming at him about his son when he's sleep deprived, on medication, going through physical therapy. You know, a little rude. I think he's earned it. And I think all of us that are truly his supporters should look past it. There's times when I'm a complete asshole. Each and every one of you guys look past it. Right? When aren't we assholes when shit gets, excuse my language, when stuff gets tough, when our day's really bad? I mean, I just spent over $1,700 for repairs on my car and broke down. If I came on here and was a complete rude butt to everybody on here, I guarantee you guys would understand. People would be making, of course, the videos. Can you believe Bullhorn Betty had a meltdown? No. Right? But everybody on here that loves me, right, would understand. And I think I think we're missing that with Seth. We don't get to control him. You know what we get to do? We get to understand his place and understand his position. And he's a father of a missing child. And if anybody's having offense on how he's acting, that's never been in his position, I would say that I think you're might be being a little too harsh. Just saying. You're going to have to reach down deep in your heart and your soul and find out if you're being too harsh for yourself. But just my personal opinion, I think people are getting way too butthurt. I think they need to look at the whole situation here. That man we got proof he was getting his ass handed to him by Christopher Proudfoot. I'm telling you, if Christopher Proudfoot was that close to me, I'd need him in his balls. I will not lie to you. That man comes up to me like that, boy, you better have those nuggets hidden. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, little girl knows how to get down. But I'm just, you guys got to understand his position. You know, I feel bad because I feel like that he, you know, he's speaking his truth, and I think people are taking it like I would be like, I would tell everybody to go. At this point, I told everybody to go fuck themselves a long time ago if you really want the truth. Thank God he's still accepting of help. I mean, look at everything this man has gone through, from bunk, half bit nonprofits coming in monkey effing with the whole search and everything, like killing all of the efforts that we put out there. Like, this case has been cursed from the very beginning. And you know what? To be honest with you, I would have told if I was in his position, I'd have been screaming it from the rooftop of the Bullhorn, get the out of here. Like, you know, I mean, we have to acknowledge, I mean, I've been staying away. It was too intense and too crazy for me to be out there. You know, I don't like that. I can't do. People think I don't do well I don't like drama. I don't like drama. I don't like dealing with it because I'm one of these, you know, hot mouths. You give me too much drama, I'll be just like, Seth, get the F away from me. You know, I have no problem. I don't care. When I get up here, oh boy. But you know, I don't know. People are offended too easily. If you're offended that easily, good gracious, life is really not going to treat you well. Life is not really not going to treat you well. I'm just letting you know. If everybody's so highly offended like that over something that somebody says, like, you're going to be a miserable person. Do what you will. Do what you will. Let me see if there's another one on here. I think that was it. And then I found some other locations, guys. I did find some other search locations. I'm not ready to reveal those just yet, but they are promising. So what I was telling, I think I may have told you guys earlier. I don't think I was on TikTok yet today. If you guys would like, oh, thank you, Bee Buddy. God bless you. God bless you. I wish I could pin you, but I can't. What was I going to say? I found some other new search locations. I'm not quite ready to reveal those just yet. But it's an area nobody's talking about, and I think it's got some promise. I want to go out there and preview it when when we get to Tennessee. I want to go out there and check it out. Okay. I don't know when I'm getting to Tennessee. I really don't. I'm stuck. I'm stuck like Chuck, you know? And so I'm praying to God the mechanic calls. I'm just saying prayer. We got a new catalytic converter. We got a new ABS module. We got a new fuel pump. Chugga, chugga, chugga. I think I can. 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 Come on, car. And he said the battery's dead. And I'm like, what the how's the battery dead? I don't understand. It's too much for my little brain. So we'll see. I'm here. I'm surviving. Like I said, you know, I might be in literally BFE. And I mean that. Sonia, cover your ears because I'm just going to say it. I'm in bumfuck Egypt. Okay. There ain't nothing out here. You want to know where I'm at? I'm literally in the middle of freaking nowhere. I got one gas station, one McDonald's, and one hotel, and they're nowhere in walking distance of one another. So unless you have a car, you're stuck in the hotel. And thank God this hotel has a freezer section with ice cream. I'm just saying, if they didn't have ice cream, I would be in hell. But they have ice cream and candy. So it feels like home. This is a really expensive trip away from home, at home. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. All right, guys. Well, that's where I'm at right now. We're going nowhere just yet. I'm telling you, I'm staying here for the night. So even if I get the car back, like right now, I just paid for another night. So I might as well enjoy it and get some more map work done. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just working on my maps. I got to go back through all my emails because now that this is, we're here at this point, a lot of people had sent me some stuff early on. So I want to see if those places have been cleared or anything. If you guys have any new locations or some location that you have not heard has been searched that really is promising, please email me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. We're out here to search. We're out here to give it our all. We're out here, if nothing more, to clear some areas that have not yet been touched. And hopefully we, find something that might help. But you know what? The way I look at it, even if we don't find anything that will help, the one thing that we just did is we cleared an area, and that in and of itself is help. So that's what we're going to do. So this is where we're at. I'm getting kind of excited about my maps. I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm hoping. I hope we can find just something. I want to find his glasses. I want to find the flashlight. I want to find just something that can lead us in the direction where he may be. Just something. It's been so freaking long. And it comes back to Chris and Katie that night. If he was home at 9:00, I really feel, and I said this before, that I felt like 9:00 may not be the time he went to bed. I feel like 9:00 was the time when something happened, when something happened to Sebastian. And I feel like the 12:00 was when they started cleaning up, so I feel like things happened between 9 and 12. I can't, potentially. And because of that, and now, because there is a neighbor that has provided some information that might change it, I keep wondering if we're looking at everything backwards. Are we looking at this backwards? Are those lights truly, in fact, somebody leaving? Or could it be them coming back and sneaking back in the house if he left at 9? And if he left at 9 and Katie was with him and they were cleaning up, that means that they would have had from 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. to do whatever. That's 6 hours. That's potentially 6 hours. And that's what scares me. If everything kind of happened from 3 a.m. on, then he wouldn't have had time. Sebastian would most likely been in the camper. But if we're finding out he could have been there at 9 and he left at 9 p.m. on Sunday and Katie was with him, you see, I don't know. But I guess theory 1 and theory 2 is still in play at that, because he could have just played Katie and just acted like he was leaving to go back to Memphis, got to Memphis, called her, and while his phone was on her, I don't know. This, I just know whatever happened in the side that home, and Katie and Chris are responsible. Hasn't all been searched? No, nothing. No, they haven't searched everything. And actually, you know what? If you really wanted to math everything correctly, honestly, if you really mathed the, timing it takes to casually walk a mile, which is anywhere, depending on how tall and whatnot, to walk a mile, it takes anywhere between, I think, roughly about, I don't know, depending on your stride, 15 to 22 minutes. Okay. 15 to 22 minutes. So, conservatively, I would think 18 to 20 minutes a mile. Okay. By the time law enforcement had gotten on scene for the missing person, if he had actually truly left, like say around midnight or 10, she heard the thud at 10, that mysterious thud that all of a sudden just manifested itself in the story. If that was the case, he would have been outside their 5-mile perimeter before they even set up searching. And that's another problem I have. So it's, I'm thinking of this stuff, where could he be if he left on his own? But I think there's more to the story. We have to understand that Chris and Katie are ultra smart. They've been military trained. And we have to factor all of that in. And the problem is I don't have a military brain. I have no military training. I have an uncle and a stepfather that were military. That's it. I don't know protocols. I don't know anything. It's just, to me, seems like they are very smart people. I know being an electrician it takes a lot of memory. It takes a lot of know-how. You're dealing with live wires. You know, I can tell you it can be a dangerous profession. I never killed myself. So you can survive. But it is a tough skill. Okay, being a female in an electrical work is not necessarily a pleasant experience all the time. I can tell you that, being a female in an electrical profession. I worked under my father. I did just run of the mill stuff, electric, running wire according to the blueprints over the trusses and whatnot. Running it from one section and the stuff off, balancing the panel. I never hooked the wires up, but they do to design it. You have to have everything designed to balance the panel. So the wires are ran. So that's why if you're ever in your house and your breaker goes off and you have a light in your dining room as well as lights in your third bedroom, they go off on the same breaker. It's because they had to put them on the same. It's a balancing act that they have to do in that panel box. So that's why you see stuff and you don't understand why it's done that way. That's why it's done that way. But anyway, I'm just saying that she's a tough cookie. She's a tough cookie and she's a smart cookie. And I think people forget that. And so I really, really, want people to take into consideration, this is what's making it more difficult to understand. And the fact that Chris and Katie really don't have a whole lot of friends. It doesn't appear that it appears that they isolate themselves from a lot of different people and don't really they have a family structure, but not really a friend structure from anything I can see. I haven't seen any friends come out in support of them. I haven't seen any friends do fundraisers for them. They're motorcycle enthusiasts. Okay. I'm sorry. I come from a motorcycle background. I dated a motorcycle guy for many years, and I actually married a motorcycle head. Right. So I know motorcyclists, I know bikers, and I know that when a biker is in need, they set up fundraisers. They're in their bars with their girls with the tip jars to raise money for the family, for Sebastian, to help with finances, to help with this, to help with that. We've got none of it. I was wild at one time. I was very wild. VA dynamics used to stick around. I'd make you blush. For me to be so prudy. Trust me, it is night and day. Okay. I don't know who I am anymore, but I'm thankful of who I am today, but I wasn't always like this. I can tell you that. But I know bikers. Okay. And I'm sorry. It is almost militant. No bikers left behind. I'm sorry. If there are any bikers in my chat right now, they're not in their head and agreeing with me. If you are a true biker and you're out there in that environment, they will raise money for you. They will take money out of their own electrical count just to give to you if you need it more than them. And I've known them for years. I've seen some of the brokest people muster up money to help another brother out. And I see none of that. None of that. They are a family. Exactly. So that in and of itself is very telling. That, and I keep thinking, those people in the bike shops, like bikers, are very family oriented. Little whacked out a little bit, okay? Their parties with youngsters, they keep them occupied with good, wholesome family stuff. But I got to tell you, but they love their family. So you have to understand. Ooh, the mechanic. Ooh, hold on. Hello? Hey, yay. Uh-huh. Is it running good? Perfect. So the battery is great. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. What's the damage so far, and what would the damage be for that additional repair? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why don't you find out what the cost is and give me a total bill? Give me my total bill without this second pump, but then give me the bill with the second pump because that's really yeah, because I need to see what the total cost is both ways. Um, I just don't want to get stranded again because at this point, yeah. Yeah, but well, cost is really at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to because I just spent a shit ton of money. I know. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. God bless you. No, no, no. Don't worry about it. I'd rather just get it done right. Don't worry about that. The hotel's paid for, so I'll just if I got to stay here another night, it is what it is. It's already done. So. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Gotcha. That then would have a problem. Gotcha. All right. All right. Perfect. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. Well, the car has two pumps. It was definitely the pump, but he's thinking that the back pump, he says, is right now it's running. It's doing everything fine. It's just that he's done a lot of checks on it, and he's just concerned that he said when you turn your key on, the back pump, the one that's in the tank, when you turn your key on, you're supposed to hear like a little vibrate, like like a little sound of it, very lightly. Excuse me, lightly. And he says sometimes he hears it and sometimes he doesn't. So he's not sure if that means that other one is going as well. And he said he just really doesn't want to um, get me on my way and then find out that one's just going to malfunction down the road. So he's looking at the cost of that, depending on the cost. I mean, it really does come down to the cost, whether I'm just going to gamble it to the next to the next county until it goes kaput, or if I'm going to get it done and get it all done right now. So he said nothing's wrong with the battery. Obviously, I didn't need the catalytic converter, and so it is truly the fuel pump. And so we'll see how everything goes down. But right now, I'm crossing my fingers. The fuel pump that he's already put in is over $400. So, and 2.5 hours of labor, he says. So he says the back ones should be much easier. So far, nothing's been easy. So I'm not gonna wish for it. It is what it is. I have just finally decided at this point, this is just gonna be what it is. We're going to Tennessee. I like I said on the thumbnail, Tennessee or bust. Okay, guys, we're going to get there come hell or high water. I am now fully committed to this freaking Tennessee trip. And damn it, Chris, you know what? Now I'm going to have to work even 100 times harder to get some of this extra energy off. I got to tell you. All right. So there we are. Shit. Well, at least we're getting on the road tomorrow, come hell or high water, right? That's the one thing that we can absolutely 100. Oh, we did get some good news, though. He said that apparently I must have a Rockstar generator, or not alternator, excuse me, alternator. I must have a Rockstar alternator. So he goes, I got your battery up, and he goes, and I tested it while I was on. He goes, usually we get about 13, tops 13 and a half. He goes, yours is performing at 14 and a half. And that's, I guess, amperage or something like that whenever it's running. So he says that you should be pulling 12 amps. Yeah, I think it's amps. And he says when you're running and the alternator's charging, you should usually get about 13 and a half tops. Mine got 14 and a half. Black Beauty still got it in her, huh? See? Black Beauty loves her mommy. So we'll have to do this, but I'm just thinking if it's not that much more, I might as well just go ahead, just to be on the safe side. I think at this point, safety and stability is what's really calling Bullhorn Betty's name right now. Prime Foots. Ooh, I like that. VA Dynamic has coined the new Proudfoot name, Crime Foots. What do you guys think about that? Crime Foots. I love that. She just makes sure her mommy takes breaks. Good one, Via. Yeah, I like it. Cars are like our bodies. They wear out. Hey. You know what was kind of funny is I was talking to the tow, because you got a little ride. You always got to talk. It's so boring to sit there like a stick in the side of or stick on the side of the tow truck. So I'm talking, and apparently he had just gotten, I don't know, he had gotten injured or something like that. So he was still limping from his injury. And I can't remember the conversation. And it was like, I wish I would have listened. I think he said something like, I wish I would have listened to my daddy or something like that. I can't remember. And he goes, he always told me, so this is going to catch up with you. He goes, I didn't know it was going to catch up with me until it did. And I said, yeah, that's about it. And I said, I bet you can hear your daddy's voice in your head saying, I told you so. And he goes, yep. Stankfoot. Ooh, maybe we need to have a competition. Guys, hold your names. Maybe that's what we'll do. We need to get a new name. Maybe we'll give a $25 gift card away. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do a $25 gift card and do a competition. Let's do it now. If you guys are on here, I'll create a post. What's the deadline? Shoot. You know what? It's never going to be good for the deadline, but that's okay. Today's Tuesday. Mods, you may have to remind me because you know me, I'm not good with this stuff here. Somebody's going to need to write it down because I will forget. Let me look at the calendar. You know what? Let's do a May 3rd deadline. That should be enough to be creative. You guys get one option. You guys send your stuff to Bullhorn Betty. None of your stuff will be accepted other than it being sent to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. come up with your favorite nickname for the Proudfoots. It doesn't have to go with their last name or their first names. It can be anything. Come up with your favorite slang name for the Proudfoots, and we will draw. The deadline will be. You know what? The deadline will be May 1st. The drawing of the winner will be May 2nd. And the gift and winner will be named on May 3rd, right before Mother's Day. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I know that 90% of my audience is women. So the probability of a woman winning this is very high. And I think it would be a nice treat for whatever woman wins this to have their name drawn right before Mother's Day. And if it just so happens to be one of our friendly guys that love true crime and love hanging out with the gals, we accept you. You can pass it on, or you can spend it. You can pass it on to mommy, or you can spend it. Take your pick. So that's what we'll do. So drawings, guys, you guys can do it from now until May 1st. Now until May 1st, get your favorite slang / nicknames for the Proudfoots in. We'll be doing a voting on the 2nd, and the winner will be called on May 3rd. And that'll be it. Don't be putting all your stuff out there. Don't be putting your favorite names. And there, you guys can have one makeup. Okay. So basically what that means is if you send me your selection and you think you found a different one that you like better, you can reach out to me and I will change your selection up to one time. So make sure that whenever you do decide to change it, you wait until you're ready to change it, because you can change it one time if you need to. Okay, I will give you guys that one time. So we'll give away a $25 Visa gift card to whomever is the winner of this competition. I don't know what else to call it. There you go. $25. There you go. Make it count, folks. Make it count. I can't wait to see what kind of names you come up with. Try to keep it clean, because you know what, we do talk. I try to keep my mouth clean too. I have horrible language. I'm working on it. I work on it daily. I'm trying, folks. I'm a work in progress. But I do know that we sometimes have little ears that do watch our programming. So I'd like to make sure it's stuff that I can say online. So please keep it PG-13 max. Okay, I can only talk about PG-13 stuff. Okay, and down on this one. So try to keep it clean if you can. All right, guys, I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me and keeping me occupied for almost an hour and a half. I'll keep you guys posted on the car, but we're not going to be leaving today. I hope to have the car back today. So we'll be probably getting packed up and loaded up, and I'll probably be leaving early morning. And that's it. I don't know. This bed, I got to tell you. I went out last night. I don't know if it was stress. Or if it was just, I don't know what it was. But last night, I swear around 6 or 6:30, I went out. Boom. I think I woke up at 11 to do my normal 11 o'clock stuff. That's just basically going pee, okay, and go back to bed. But I didn't wake up until like 4:30 this morning. I can't remember the last time I had that much sleep in one night. Like literally, I was assed out, just kaput. So I felt good today. I felt really good and energized. And I can't go nowhere. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to get out there. I'm ready to get in those woods. Trust me. When I say that, you guys know I'm really ready to get out there, because I'm sick of looking at this shit. Okay. I just moved views. Okay. I'm looking at the same crap I was looking at home, except this one's costing me $82 or $83 a night. I'd rather been looking at my walls at home. At least I have my ice cream in the refrigerator, right? The adventures. Here is the journey. Here's the journey. Here's day 2 of our adventures to go find Sebastian Rogers. Keep me in your prayers. We need to move. We need to get out of Florida. I don't know how I'm going to find Sebastian Rogers sitting in Florida. I've been trying to get to Tennessee for weeks. For weeks. Something cosmic out there has been pumping the brakes. Chill chick. All right, guys. I love you. God bless. And we will Keiki? Betty, I am concerned, Kay. I've seen some of your stuff, concerned, Kay. Well, welcome. I think I showed some of you. You're the one that did that little booklet thingy on Sebastian. I wanted to tell you that was really good. I like that. I just happened to, I usually don't read my chat, but for whatever reason, the Purple Heart must have caught my attention because I just saw your comment here. Well, thank you for coming by. I actually am trying to get to Tennessee. I don't know when I'm going to be there, but I'm trying to get there. I was supposed to be there yesterday. I was supposed to be there today. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. It's all in God's hands at this moment. I'm at his mercy. So the one thing that we can say positively is that, these debacles, even though they weren't planned for, I'm working through them, and we're getting there little by slow. And as soon as we once I get to Tennessee, I'll feel good. I'll feel like we're finally here, and I'm just ready to get to work. I really am. I just want to understand. I think that's the point with me, as I just want to understand how we're here. I want to understand that. I really do. I want to understand that. I want somebody to explain it to me. I don't anticipate probably all that basketball at ice. I know I want to play basketball. I will tell you, the basketball playing from the computer is much easier than my phone. I don't know. I think I'm going to cheat tonight and play basketball from the computer. Just to let you know, mods. I don't know if it's cheating, but it's easier for me. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out with me and keeping me company. I'm sure I'll be back before the end of the night because I got no place to go. I got nowhere to go, right? I mean, if I'm going to be here and I'm going to be bored out of my mind, I'd rather be occupied and hang out with my friends. So that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. So we'll talk to you later. God bless.